Where to begin with the new K drama series, Missing Crown Prince? This is a period piece, and as always, the period pieces never fail with backstabbing. I mean, I guess you could say corruption, all of it. Always. You can always expect that with the period pieces. And this show is confusing in the beginning, but it is not disappointing. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another review on the Review Garden. All right, so what should we start first? Disclaimer: if you have not seen the recent episodes, this will be a review for episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you have not seen these episodes, make sure you go check them out and then come join me. So far in episodes, let's talk about episodes 1 and 2. A couple of things, are happening. So the palace was attacked by some people, and which put the king in danger, but his royal physician, like the head physician, took protected him and so on, right? So also in the meantime, they were like, oh, go check on the crown prince. But he wasn't in the palace. He disguised himself and went outside of the palace. So when he came back, he pretty much got in trouble. And because when he went, he got in a fight and his face was messed up. So his brother, half brother, was like, oh, let me put some makeup on you just so that, your face doesn't show the bruises. And then he was like, don't tell them the truth because they may not um they're not going to let you out again, right? So when he's in there with like the queen, the king, and the queen dowager, they are like telling him, because they smell the makeup and they think that he was at the courtesan house. I mean, he was, that's where they got the makeup from, but it's not because he was going to meet women. So they're like, oh, let's give him a crown princess. That way, he doesn't go out anymore. And since the royal physician, he, pretty much stepped in to save the king, um, and he got stabbed for the king, they were like, oh, let's reward him by having his daughter become the crown princess. Now, the royal physician, his daughter, is, I'm guessing, I don't know how she was cursed, but she is cursed, right? So her curse is that whoever she gets married to is going to pass away, right? So now she is going to get engaged to the crown prince. She's going to become the crown princess. Well, that's a problem because she's cursed, and that would mean that the crown prince would die after they get married together. Also, the girl, she is her father's a physician, which I'm guessing she also wants to become a physician because she goes to the clinic and she helps people in need, right? So her father's like, hey, you're gonna become the crown princess. You can't go to the clinic anymore. And also, this girl knows how to fight really well, and she knows how to drink too. So, um, so in order for his daughter to be able to become the crown princess. This is where I'm a little confused. So let's see if I got it right. He he went to go see some guy. I don't know who the guy is, but the guy told him that, hey, in order to break the curse, you have to do this thing where you have to do this thing. So he tells his daughter, I have it under control. So he gets his men, well, his right hand man, I should say, to go kidnap, and I'm going to say someone, to go kidnap someone. And that someone, they're going to have him like lay next to his daughter and pretty much do this seance thing that they're married, that I'm guessing they're married. Like she's supposed to lay there before the rooster crows. She can't wake up, and he's supposed to be next to her so that their thing are like unified. So pretty much getting married without actually getting married. And then you saw like the guy he met was like saying this thing, and he was putting the talismans, he was burning the talisman that was saying um you know that her curse will be lifted, type of thing. So like even as she was laying down next to him, she was dressed in a wedding gown. Well, not a wedding gown, but you know in that era, the way they used to dress for their wedding. And then he had a blindfold on, and he pretty much wasn't supposed to see her face at all, right? But she woke up way before the rooster crowed, and um, her servant girl was right outside the door, so she called her servant girl in, and then they ended up switching places because she had something else to go take care of, and her servant girl couldn't um, ride a horse. So she was like, switch places with me. And then she was the one who took the crown prince out. So she got him pretty much away from her house. But during the whole process, he got hurt. Now, the whole reason I said I was a little confused is because I don't think that he intended to kidnap the crown prince. Um, the Because the crown prince, where he was with his guard, and the guard got hurt. So when he woke up, he was looking for the crown prince, and then he ended up making his way to the royal physician's house. And then the royal physician's like, how come you came here? And he was like, oh, the crown prince was supposed to you know come see you, so I just thought I would come. Maybe he made his way over here, so that's why I came, right? So then after this guy leaves, he asks his men like, wait, did you pick someone from da 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 da? And he was like, yeah. So I think he picked the crown prince by mistake, right? So maybe the original plan was that they would do this whole ceremony with some random guy, right? And then the fact that she's, quote, married to this random guy would die. And then all of a sudden, her curse would be lifted. But instead, they did this, her curse would be lifted, and then she would be able to marry the crown prince and not cause any harm to him, right? But the person that was kidnapped and did this whole seance with her was actually the crown prince. So now, is he going to die? Because at the end of episode 2, he was stabbed by his own eunuch. And I'm like, and then he's like begging for forgiveness. You still betrayed him. So now, you know, the curse, maybe. Actually, no, we're not going to blame the curse, okay? Because he thinks that it's his dad who tried to kill him, but we know that that eunuch is working for the Queen Dowager. And in this series, it seems that the bad person is the Queen Dowager. And this whole thing with her having relations with someone, I don't understand what the big deal is, because she's like, "Oh, I will, unalive anyone who who knows my secret." And your secret is just that you're having sex with someone in the physician office. Like, boo hoo. Like, I don't understand why that's such a big deal that you have to be, you know, murdering a lot of people. And that little girl that they found in the water, and that first physician was like, "Oh, it was a suicide," and then another person, you know passed away, and he was like, "It's a suicide too." I'm pretty sure he's the one that she's having this affair with, which again, I don't understand what the big deal is. So when maybe she wants power, because now in episode 2 she was like, because she's trying to hide her secret and the crown prince saw that she was having an affair. Well, I'm not going to say affair because she's not married to anyone. She already, unalived her husband, because I'm guessing her husband was the Pose king. She admitted to the king, to the current king, that she poisoned him, trying to get him to be crazy. She fed him opium or something like that. That's what the subtitle said, to get him out of power. And then she put this new king in because she was like, "Don't forget, I'm the one who put you here." So that means it's probably not even her son. The new king is not even her son. So it's like, what are you after, lady? You want power? You want more power? Because she was like, "Oh, you want to know what I did for the past 10 years when the deposed king put me all the way in the back? I made sure that everyone here is on my side." So, like, everyone works for her. So, when that eunuch came into the crown prince's room, and, the crown prince was like, "Did my father send you here to kill me?" I'm like, no, I don't think it's your daddy. I know for sure it's the Queen Dowager, though, that's out to kill you because she doesn't want um you to reveal her secret. But I think I know why he thinks it's his father, because he was listening outside the door when the Queen Dowager told the father, like, "Either you choose between getting rid of the crown prince, or I get rid of you," pretty much. Like, give up the throne type of thing, right? So it's a lot of craziness, and it's only been the first 2 episodes, right? The other thing I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to understand the so Queen Dowager, she kills her husband, which was the king, right? So she puts him on in power to be the current king. Now, this current king, he has two sons, right? So he has the crown prince, that's his son, and then he has the other son who um who they said doesn't live in the palace for some reason. But the one who doesn't live in the palace is the actual son of the current queen. So how is the other one the crown prince? Because he's older? And what I want to know is, was the current king married to his mother first and then something happened to his mother and then he married the second queen? Or was he always married to the second queen? I mean, was he always married to the current queen? And then, but the crown prince, like, who's his mama? But I think his mom is of importance though. So I'm not gonna sit here and say that ooh, his mom is was a concubine, because the father of the current queen was like, oh, if he actually becomes king, his the crown prince's mother's family is going to have a lot of power, and he doesn't want that. So my guess would be that he was married to the crown prince's mother first, and then something happened to her. So he had to take in another wife. And, he got married to the current queen because she said that she raised them both to be equals, right? Like she did not do anything bad to the crown prince growing up. And then, someone else was like, her father was like, yeah, of course you didn't. That's why the two boys are so close like that. So I am kind of wondering, like, though, after episode 2, like, where is this show going? So the crown prince was able to make it in episode 3, because he went back to the place where the girl was like, if anything happens, come over, meet me in this location and I'll be waiting. And she was actually waiting for him to show up, um, and help him. So he still doesn't know who she is at the end of episode 3, but also she doesn't know who he is. But then, with this whole episode, they have, of course, they have this love triangle between the two brothers. His the grand prince, he met, the girl, the royal physician's daughter, by chance because he was bit by a venomous snake. And, she was able to help him. And ever since then, he fell in love and he's been trying to, like, get her attention. And then in this episode, he finally figured out, where her family, where she lives, because he was on his way to go see the royal physician. And then, after she heals him, after she heals the crown prince, he also needed to go on his way to go see the royal physician. And then, you know, um, and then after seeing the royal physician, he was kidnapped again. And the so the whole reason they were going to go see the physician is because when he saw the queen dowager when he saw the queen dowager in her secret hideout with the person dropped something, and obviously it belongs to someone who's a physician. So he went to the royal physician trying to get the person's identity. So when he told the royal physician told the grand prince that it was the other physician guy, right? So the grand prince goes to the physician guy's house, and then they find him hung. Like he hung himself, right? So, but the funny thing is, the queen was so sad about it. She was crying, da da da. But then, but then at the end of episode 3, we find out that the person she was actually, sleeping with, the person she's trying to protect, is actually the royal physician. My mouth was floored. I was not expecting him to be like in on it with what the queen is doing. I thought he was doing his own thing because he was trying to save his daughter. But the whole thing, because of what happened, and because she woke up early, and the whole, now their fates are a little messed up. So now if he dies, she lives, and if she dies, he lives. So they show you that it's the two of them, so the royal physician and the flippin' queen dowager, that are working together. See, I mean, that should have gave it away, because I was like, looking at the poster for the show, you only see 5 people on there. You see the crown prince, you see the grand prince at the bottom, you see the royal physician's daughter, and then you see the queen dowager. And then I was like, is that the king? No, that's not the king, because his outfit is purple. And I'm like, that is the royal physician. The two bad guys are in the back. And so he's trying to, the whole goal of what they're trying to do. That's another clue. If you go back to episode 1, the person who suggested that he should be the that the crown prince should marry the royal physician's daughter was the queen dowager. So they've been planning this from the beginning. And I bet too, all the rebels that keep coming and attacking, and you know attacking the palace, it's the queen dowager that's doing that. So now their plan is to make the girl, his daughter, the crown princess. That has always been the goal. But with what the astrologer said, they want to try to get rid of the current crown prince, because their fates are intertwined now, right? So they're going to try and get rid of him, and then put someone else as the crown prince, so that his daughter can marry them now. I'm just like, this is some twisted thing. So she was suspecting her dad, of stabbing him. Obviously, he didn't directly stab him. Indirectly, yeah, because he's working with the Queen Dowager, he did. So now she went and she tried to rescue him after the father had him kidnapped a second time. Now, where do I even begin with episode 4? So it seems like the driving force here with the two couples, I mean, not the two couples, but with the couple, the Queen Dowager and the guy, it seems like he's the one driving this whole thing. Like, it's not really her Like she's just in love with this man, right? But he's the one like using her authority right now um to pretty much take care of his own needs. So she is like, oh, let's just run away and we could just go hide somewhere and, finally be together. Because apparently they used to be engaged a long time ago, but, because her family probably had power and they were like, oh, put her together with the the late king, because um it didn't matter if she was in a relationship. If they tell her like she needs to go to this guy, she needs to be married to this guy, that was it. So I'm guessing he got married to some other girl and had his daughter, and then his daughter was given the bad fate fate. And then when he ran into the queen dowager again, they picked up where they left off, and then he wanted to make his daughter the crown princess. But the thing is, you know he caused a lot of deaths, because the other physician is dead. The chief something, he was supposed to be the one to send a message to someone else for the troops to come in, right? So he's dead too. So there's a lot of things that they've done, and I'm like, I don't even see what the problem is with their relationship. Like, why is their relationship causing all of this? Well, I'm guessing it's against the law for her to take a boyfriend, a little side piece, even though her husband's dead. So um because that's what the crown prince was like, oh, the moment you guys got together, because she's the nation's queen dowager, the moment you guys got together, you insulted the king, you did this, you did that. So I guess, yeah, it's against the law for the two of them to be together. That's why they're hiding it. But I mean, they are in love with each other. The other thing that happens here is, you know, I don't know. It's hard to believe that his brother would betray him, but it's looking like his brother did. We're 4 episodes. This show is like moving so fast. We're 4 episodes in, and it already feels like so much has happened. And this is one of those shows that's 20 episodes. So that means we have 16 more episodes. Like, so it's like, where is this show going? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good. It's a good show. But it's like, which direction is this going to take? Because you have, he betrays him, the brother betrays him, and now the crown prince is taken away as a traitor at the end of episode 4, right? But you can also see that the queen dowager asked the queen to do something, and to do something to the king, right? And when the food taster was tasting the food, she tasted everything except for the fish. So that means the queen dowager ordered the queen to kill the king, and I'm pretty sure that she carried through with it, right? And then what else? So, and then you have, you know, the Queen Dowager, um, the physician, royal physician, and you have pretty much the left state counselor. All of them wants the grand prince to be the new crown prince, right? So is he gonna be the new crown prince now? I mean, obviously he is. The other one was taken away. I think in the preview for episode 3, in the preview after episode 3, they did show you the grand prince was in the wedding attire. So that could tell you that he is going to take the place, the grand prince is going to take the place of the crown prince now. And I'm guessing, the person he's going to be marrying is the royal physician's daughter. So I'm only assuming that that's where it's going. And if in fact in episode 5 we see that if the king was poisoned, now they're automatically going to put him to be king, right? So who knows? Who knows what could happen? This this series can take a number of turns, but I will say that I am intrigued. And so far, I'm just like, he doesn't have anybody to count on, really. And when are we going? And what episodes are they going to reveal themselves to each other that she's not a servant girl and that he is actually of royal blood? Dum dum dum. And this wraps up our journey on the Review Garden. Thank you for joining me today as we explored this drama. If you enjoyed this reaction and review, please remember to subscribe for more insightful videos. Don't forget to like this video and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your feedback helps our channel grow. As always, I'm truly grateful for your support and for joining me on this journey on the Review Garden. Until next time, and happy listening. Bye.